You scroll through your feed, and suddenly someone is telling you that your normal, daily routine is secretly illegal. You start to wonder if selling bake sale muffins or singing a song in the grocery store is going to get you arrested. Many of these viral claims point to real, documented statutes or civil contracts. The laws are actually on the books. But what these videos leave out is the critical context of how and if those laws are enforced in the real world. Building an anxiety-inducing checklist to avoid every obscure rule is exhausting. It is more effective to identify which specific laws lead to tangible consequences. This chart is our reality check matrix. We'll use it as an objective framework to evaluate these common crimes. We are measuring two things: the exact probability of you getting caught against the real-world cost of the penalty, whether financial or legal. Filtering daily habits through this matrix removes the exhaustion of accidental criminality. It replaces vague anxiety with a realistic way to assess daily risk. Let's start in the bottom left quadrant, the zero risk zone, defined by incredibly low enforcement and negligible penalties. This is where we find behaviors like humming a copyrighted song in public, crossing an empty street at 3 a.m., regifting a promotional t-shirt, or reselling Costco muffins. These actions represent technical violations. They brush up against public performance rights, outdated municipal codes, or highly specific civil distribution agreements like unauthorized resale. But local police and federal agencies do not expend resources tracking these specific civil technicalities down to the individual consumer level. The FBI is not monitoring your vocal cords in the produce aisle. Continuing these behaviors carries zero actual risk to your freedom or your finances. You can confidently prioritize your daily convenience and ignore the panic. Shifting up to the top left quadrant, we hit the digital terms of service traps. Here, active legal enforcement is low, but digital penalties can be high. Signing up for an Instagram account under a fake name when the terms require truthful identification is technically a violation of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. The same applies to sharing your streaming password with a family member in another state. The courts have ruled that if a service's terms strictly forbid it, using someone else's login also falls under that exact same federal law. Viral posts love to call this hacking and threaten jail time. In reality, platforms enforce these rules with automated account bans, not FBI raids. The trade-off here is entirely digital. You have to decide if saving a few dollars a month on a subscription is worth the risk of permanently losing a decade-old digital library or a highly curated algorithm. Moving into the physical household realm, we drop down to the bottom right quadrant. This zone is marked by moderate enforcement, but surprisingly high financial penalties. Leaving your home Wi-Fi network open without a password falls here. If a neighbor uses your unsecured connection to download movies or threaten someone, you can be held civilly liable for failing to provide reasonable security. The same goes for how you handle household trash. Tossing dead alkaline batteries or ignitable paint thinner into your standard garbage bin violates solid and hazardous waste disposal laws in most states. Look at the exact cost of convenience. Skipping a router setup or avoiding a trip to the dump saves about 5 minutes. Doing so exposes you to civil lawsuits and municipal fines of up to $10,000 a day in some jurisdictions. Taking the convenient route here opens the door to severe financial damage. Securing your network and disposing of chemicals properly is a profitable habit change. That brings us to the final quadrant: high enforcement and extreme legal penalties. You're on the phone with a hostile customer service rep. To protect yourself and gather evidence, you hit record on your smartphone. 11 U.S. states, including California, Florida, and Pennsylvania, operate under strict two-party consent laws. That means every person on a phone call must know they are being recorded. In those jurisdictions, hitting record without asking for permission elevates a minor consumer dispute directly to a felony wiretapping charge. To make matters worse, any audio evidence gathered secretly in a two-party consent state is completely inadmissible in civil court. It helps you build absolutely zero legal defense. Acting on this specific viral life hack directly trades an interpersonal annoyance for a permanent criminal record and potential prison time. We have successfully filtered the noise from the actual threats on our matrix. Now we can map out exactly what you should do next. This chart maps out a clear path for handling these behaviors moving forward, based on their real-world risk. First is the ignore the noise path. You are authorized to completely dismiss the viral panic over humming songs, selling muffins, and jaywalking on empty streets. Second is the secure digital habits path. This involves a quick audit of your home router security and a check of your streaming accounts to decide if keeping the service is worth following the rules. Third is the comply with law path. This requires strict, uncompromising adherence. Dispose of hazardous household waste properly, and never record a phone call without checking your local consent laws. Ignorance of the law perfectly protects you in the first category, but it offers absolutely zero legal or financial defense in the third. Maintaining legal safety involves weighing the actual risk of each habit against the effort to change it. Focus on the few rules that actually impact your record and your bank account.